Welcome everybody to Tech Talk here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group. Securities offered by MoneyBlock. The equity markets here in the U.S. right now are in the green. As a matter of fact, if you're taking a look at any one of the major indices, they're trading to the upside. You got the diamonds, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Russell 2000 all trading ever so slightly to the upside, basically about 0.15% to 0.2% to the upside in the major moving averages. But what is on everybody's mind, viva la France. And so what I thought I'd do today in Tech Talk is basically take a look at the charts. We can look at the ETF EWQ, we can look at the French CAC, but the bottom line is what you're seeing here is Mount France. The market is trading at levels that we haven't seen pretty much so ever in the French markets. Not basically since back in 2014, where the French markets, specifically the EWQ, which is the ETF that tracks the markets, was trading in the low 30s. Right now, today, it's trading at 29.43. So there is a challenge by the bulls to the upside. We are at highs that we haven't seen in almost 3 years. So with that being said, with a binary event like the French election, the centrist candidate, as we've discussed ad nauseum, basically in the lead as far as the polls are concerned, charts are telling us that the bulls are in control. They've been in control for the last 2-3 weeks, and that momentum continues today. With that being said, how much is the options marketplace pricing in, specifically this French ETF EWQ, the potential for movement? So we jump into the trading platform, and I'll show you a quick, easy little trick. After you look at the charts, you see a picture that says, okay, above the 20, 50, and 200-day moving average, the bulls are in control. But what are the options prices telling us as far as what they're expecting future moves for the next 14 days? Let's get a range. So stocks trading at 29.39, what do? Well, I scroll down to the options marketplace, and if you're not an options trader, this is a very simple calculation. All you do is look at the closest month option expiration cycle. In this case, it's May 19th is the expiration date. That's May 19th. That's 2 Fridays, 2 weeks from today. Stock trading at 29, you want to look at the at-the-money strike. So that would be the $29 strike. That's represented where the cursor is right here, 29. What I do is I take the offer price for these calls and the offer price for these puts. So 85 and 60, and I add those together. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have my handy-dandy calculator up here. And then I take the offer of the first strike out of the money call from the at-the-money strike. So that would be the 30 calls. So I take that offer, 30 cents. I add that. And then I take the offer and add that for the first strike out of the money put. That's the 28 puts, right? At the money, out of the money. At the money, out of the money. We add that 25 cents, and you get a total of $2. Now, if I scroll up, you'll see that this is the straddle strangle market. You'll see the total, $1.50 at $2. So I'm going to take the mid market of $1.75. I take $1.75 and I divide that by 2. Why? Because we're using a straddle strangle market, 2 strategies, and that gives me 87.5 cents. That's basically telling us that the options marketplace is anticipating a range of 88 cents or 3% for the next 14 days in EWQ, which is the ETF that tracks the markets in France. So now, if I'm bullish, I have a better perspective on what the options marketplace is pricing in for future movement in the stock. 88 cents or 3% for the next 14 days. Now, could that change? Of course it could. After the election, we'll know the results basically at around noon on Sunday, Eastern time, or wait, that's Central time, 1 Eastern time. We'll know pretty much so what the results are of the French election. Then you can join us on Sunday night. We'll be doing the Sunday night setups. We'll take a look at what the impact is of the election on the market, see how the futures are trading, and set the week up so that you can start making better, transparent trades like what we just did here. Taking a look at the EWQ, looking at the chart, seeing a nice bullish trend, seeing that the bulls are clearly in control using the moving averages that tell us that basically the short-term, intermediate-term, and long-term bulls, that's the 20, 50, and 200-day moving averages. Stocks trading all above that French stocks are strong. So we look at how much is the options pricing for movement? About 3% range from where it's currently trading right now at 29.44. You ain't getting this on any other media outlet. All right, folks, we will see you here after the close. We will wrap up all of today's trade, this week's trade. It's been an interesting trade, but I will tell you this, very, very grindy going into the close. We have the Dow Jones, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ all trading to the upside. Let's see how this all ends up. So join me at 4:30 Eastern Time, 3:30 Central Time here at MarketStream.live. I'll wrap up the closing bell. See you then.